Hello. In this video, I'd like to look specifically at the issues around the coronavirus and the impact that that's had on me of late. I have talked about this in previous sessions, but I'd like to go into some more detail in this one. I am a passionate teacher. I like providing advice to people, consultancy. I like providing information to people just to help them have better lives. It's something that I've always found that I've enjoyed doing. And teaching sign language for me is because it's my natural language. I love to be able to teach with sign language, using humor to make things enjoyable for my students. I've provided deaf awareness to groups of students, and it's been fun. I really enjoy teaching, but I know my students have enjoyed it too, because that's my main consideration is that my students will enjoy that. I'm not just into lecturing for lecturing's sake, but providing information, activities, humor, an opportunity for people to ask me questions, to build rapport with me. That's what I've really enjoyed doing. Then when COVID hit and we entered into lockdown in March, things radically changed. It meant that my teaching came to an end, which I had to accept because we entered lockdown. And so I ended up working in the care sector, doing manual work, just taking that on because I had to, really. When the effects of COVID diminish, I can see myself going back to that, which is what I look forward to. But at the moment, that's not where I'm at. This year, March time, will be a whole year of this. Things are very different now. Our lifestyles are different. And I know I'm not the only one that's facing this. So many people are going through difficult changes. But work has changed, hasn't it? People are losing their jobs, people are being furloughed, and then they're losing their jobs even when they've been furloughed. Things are dramatically different, and the changes that we're seeing, the effects on people's mental health, their well-being. There's so many areas, isn't it, that this is impacting people's lives. But I'm not giving up. I mean, I know that there are there are some ways that I can get through this, and so I'm going to find those. And for me, that's been doing some manual work, and that's been as a key worker in some of these roles, just to keep me going. But I felt the impact of that. I've wanted to teach. I've wanted to teach potentially through Zoom or via Skype, and I can do that. I could deliver sessions in that way. But the problem I have is society and the way they see things, because many of them don't consider this a possibility for deaf people to do. They might be reluctant and skeptical around that. So when I'm trying to market my services, people are looking at my invitation and thinking, I'm not sure if we could do that because they hear a voiceover on my clips, but that's not me, is it? That's my interpreter. That's a voiceover. And so what I do is with my clips like this one, I send them over to my interpreter. He voices them over and sends them back to me. So it's very different from sign language. So there's still not the awareness around what we can offer as deaf people because there's so many courses I could deliver. And I'd be really happy to do that to meet your needs, which would allow you, I mean, it would allow you to learn more, to gain a greater awareness of deaf people. Because that's so crucial for me, for people to gain that awareness. So lots of people are wanting to do their level one or level two in sign language. But the way I aim to do this is slightly different. I want to try and look at companies and organizations because that's where improvements really need to be made. I want to change and influence change in these organizations to raise an awareness about opening doors for deaf people to gain employment. I've talked about that in previous sessions, how so many people, deaf people, are moving to London and the Southeast because people are more open-minded, there's more equality and diversity, and so people are moving to that particular area for those opportunities. But outside of those areas, things are limited. And I'm really keen to see that change. My dream is that throughout the UK, wherever you are, people can access employment, regardless of their deafness. That they wouldn't experience those barriers, meaning that they have to move to London. Because the cost of living is so much greater there, but they find that they don't have that choice because things are so much more open down there. So that's my aim. So if you would like to talk to me more about this, about the courses or training that I can offer you and the support that I can provide, please do make contact with us. I'd be happy to discuss that with you. But you might be thinking, how do I contact you? Because you're deaf. Well, you can email me and we can arrange a date and time for us to meet up. And what I'll do is I'll book an interpreter, and that can be an interpreter call. We could do that via phone or via video call, which means there's no barrier to communication. We can just have an open conversation around that. So I look forward to hearing from you and enjoy your week. Farewell.